This week on Harvest and Home UK, we're in full-on warm comfort cooking mode. The kind of week where you reach for the big pots, the oven's always on and the kitchen smells of hearty meals. Out on our plot, our Christmas potatoes are ready to harvest. I'm pulling up a mangel wurzel and direct sowing some seeds for overwintering. But it's not all calm on the home front. There's talk of a possible flockdown, so we'll be making sure the girls are safe. It's one of those cosy, earthy weeks where we prep, cook and enjoy the simple things. So grab a cuppa and let's get stuck in. Hi, welcome back to another week at Harvest and Home UK. My name's Claire and our channel is all about growing our own food at the allotment and at home and how we cook it, prepare it and store it. So today I am over at the plot. It's actually the first week of November and it is just, the weather's really lovely. It's actually warmer than it was last week at the end of October, which is crazy. So I'm just going to have a look around at all the little jobs that need doing this week and I'll take you along with me. Let's go. The jobs that need doing this week. These mangel wurzels will probably need harvesting very soon. Kohlrabi's doing well, so that's quite good. The potatoes, as you can see from last week to this week, are done. They need to come out this week 100%. Now I have checked this because I thought, oh god, have they got blight? It's not actually blight, it is just where they're dying back now because it's so cold. But look at all those mushrooms. Look at them all growing on there. There's so many. It's amazing. So yeah, they're doing well, and also the garlic bed is doing brilliantly. Some of the 5 carrots that we've got growing in there are doing well, so that's good as well. And we've also got some more mushrooms here. So having mushrooms growing in your compost is actually a really good sign that your soil is really healthy. So that's all good. Jobs for this week: get those spuds out, maybe put some onions in there, have a look to see whether I need to harvest the mangel wurzels and prepare for Flockdown. This past week we were informed that there is a Flockdown north of Birmingham in the UK because of avian flu. Now we are really lucky because Trevor built this coop for the girls that's got a separate hen house, which is actually lovely and big. It's a lot bigger than it needs to be for the birds that we've got, but we want them to have plenty of room, so we're lucky enough to have that. And they've got a big enough run that they don't need to go out really free ranging, so we are quite lucky with that. So a Flockdown would mean that they cannot go outside. It also means that the holes around where the gridding is all around the outside need to be smaller, so we're probably going to need to net those. Let me just show you what I mean. So if you can see, we've got some gridding all around the outside. I don't know if this side is easier to see. Yeah, it might be actually. So we've got this Gabion gridding all around the outside, and this is too big. Smaller birds could fly in if they wanted to, and we need to make that so that they can't. And it is sort of 3 of the sides of the coop have got this on, so we do need to sort that out this week just so that nothing can fly in here and pass any flu on to the girls. So we want to keep them as happy and healthy as possible. So that is one of the jobs that we need to try and get on with this week if we can. So there are signs to look out for when avian flu is around. So they can get an enlarged head. They can also get coughing, sneezing, and also their combs and wattles can become a purpley blue colour and really swollen. So I'm just going to keep an eye on them every day just to make sure that things aren't changing, and then we'll make sure that they are kept as well and healthy as possible. Oh look, another massive one. They're brilliant. These are going to be great for jackets. I might have to use these for jackets instead of the Christmas potatoes, because I've got so many smaller ones that we could use for Christmas ones. Oh my god, I think this is the biggest one. It's like digging for treasure. Okay, so now I've prepped this bed, I've taken all the spuds out, given it a good rake over, taken out as many of the bindweed tendrils as I can find. What I like to do is use a nice long straight bit of wood to give me some nice straight rows. It just lets me see roughly where I need to be, and gives me a guide as to where I need to plant these things. Now, the radar onion sets are going in. I've got loads of other onions to show you at home that I'm going to be growing from seed between Christmas and New Year, but these I'm putting in now as sets, just so that I know that I have got ample onions for this coming year. So when you're planting your onion sets, you want to plant them with the bum side down, which is your fluffy side, and the pointy side up, same as garlic but with onions. And you don't want to plant them all the way in, you just want to leave them slightly sticking out of the surface, and then that gives them a chance for their roots to start growing and get them nice and healthy for the spring. So when I'm going through the packet, I like to just make sure that I'm testing each of them. Some of them might be a little bit like a sack, so there's nothing in it, so that can go. And some of them are a bit softer than others, so I like to use all of the good ones first before I plant any of the other ones. I'm going to plant some of these here and some at home in my med bed, so that I've got them on hand when I want them. So that is a really good start to today. I've got 51 onions in, I've got loads of really good sized potatoes. On to the next job. Right, a job that I really want to tackle today is this pathway here next to our raspberries. So what that's going to mean is I need to get off some of these end bits that are sticking out, or push them back under this wire. I've got a load of cardboard that I've managed to source to put down at the bottom, and then some wheelbarrows of wood chip. So let's crack on with that one. Well, that has definitely tidied that up, so it's time for a cuppa. Right, it looks like the weather might turn in a minute. So what I'm going to do very, very quickly is get some broad beans in, because it looks like it's going to rain and I want to try and get them in before that happens. So yeah, I thought I'd plant them in between the beetroot that's still going, that was from the late sowing, and the leeks, because in a few weeks all of those leeks will be gone anyway, and then this space here will be enough for these broad beans to grow over winter. If you want to put some broad beans in, I suggest doing it really within the next couple of weeks, depending on where you are. We're on the south coast of the UK, so we're in zone 9A, so I can get mine in now, really up to the next couple of weeks. You want to get them in before the first frosts hit properly, and you want to get them in before the ground gets waterlogged. That's the main thing. So yeah, try and find a nice sunny position for them and get them in now if you're going to get it done. I got these ones from Just Seed. They are the Broadbean Aquadulture Claudia. They're really, really winter hardy for the UK. So I'm going to get some in here, and I'm also going to plant some at home. Okay, so I have planted 12 broad bean plants in here. They are a little bit too close together, but what I'm thinking is if they don't all germinate, that's okay, we've got extra room, and also it gives me a chance to thin out any weaker plants. Any that do germinate that are too close together, I can always lift out in the spring and plant elsewhere if we need to. Right, so I'm going to pull this mangel wurzel so that we can see what it looks like. Now, mangel wurzels are a cross between a beetroot and a sugar beet. I've never had them before myself. I am really looking forward to trying them, because I've got a feeling I might like them more than beetroot, and that's saying something. But let's give it a go. Bit like a mandrake. How cool is that? So the bigger they get, the more twisty the roots and stuff get, so they look a bit more like a mandrake when you do that. So I'm going to let a couple of them get really, really big so that we can see if that really does happen. Now, I really, really did just want to say a very big hello to my beautiful niece, Maya. She is the most smiliest little girl that you'll ever meet. And she knows this allotment like the back of her hand. She watches us every single week, and she always comments on everything that we're doing. She's only 4 years old, and I just wanted to say, hello, Maya. I'll see you Sunday. Someone did ask where Gerald was, because I haven't seen him for a while, and he's actually down here guarding the coop. A quick update on the coop. We've been advised by the HPAI that a full flockdown is now required across the whole of England. So we dashed down and got the coop netted as quickly as we could. We've made do with the nets that we have for now, and the girls are safe and sound. I've just noticed we've got a few of these raspberries coming up, and then they're not going to be any good for this year. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take these leaves off, and take them home and dry them. We've got some more nettles coming up as well, so I'm going to do that with them. Take them all home, dry them, and then add them to my chocolate mint tea, so that I've got nettle, raspberry leaf and chocolate mint tea. Raspberry leaf tea is really good for and it's got antioxidant properties, and it's good for digestive support. And then the nettle tea is a really good anti-inflammatory. It is great for immune support, so this time of the year it's really good if you can get some of that into you, and it's also great for your skin. There's more vitamin C in that than there is in an orange. It's amazing. Right, that is the end of the first week of November, and it is really lovely and warm and sunny, as you can probably tell, and I've dragged Trev along for the end of this one.
Right.
He really doesn't like being on the camera at all. You don't mind being in the background, but you don't like actually being on the camera and saying anything. Anyway, I thought it would be good for both of us to be here. So we are finishing this week on a really big high. We've got all the chicken coop and everything sorted out for the girls. They're all really happy and healthy. They've been given all their boost vitamins in their water, and they are really healthy, and I've been over here every day checking them, and they're fine, so that's a bonus. So the avian flu thing, hopefully we will keep them flocked down for however long it takes, and that'll be done. We've got a lot of jobs done, a lot of things planted, and yeah, so it's just on to next week now. Have you got any plans for next week that you can think of that you've that you want to do in particular?
No plans.
Okay,
really.
We do want to try and get the shed sorted out, don't we, at some point?
Yeah, we'll tidy that up really, because it's a bit messy.
You just need to sort of build some sort of benching, don't you, or whatever, so that we can use that to do some.
Make some cupboards to go up in there.
Yeah. Okay, that would be good at some point.
I've got so much to do.
I know. We're trying to sort out Trev's garage at home at the minute, to make it more of a wood shop, because we've got quite a big garage, and he's got lots of tools and lots of ideas on how he wants it, but we're just in the background of doing this. We're trying to get bits of that done as well.
I haven't got enough tools.
No, you haven't never got enough tools, have you? You're always looking at tools. More tools, please. But we're hoping to try and get that done, and then it's going to make it a lot easier for him to make things and do stuff. He can just measure stuff up, do all the cutting and everything in there, and then bring things down here or in our garden. We've got big plans for our garden for 2026 as well, because we want to grow more at home if we can. But we don't want it to look like an allotment at home. So we've got some ideas and plans. So you're going to be a busy boy, aren't you?
Yep.
But yeah, so that's all our plans and ideas. We'll have a little look around before we leave and try and think of things that see what jobs we've got to do next week. But at the moment we are pretty up together. So what I might do is do my seed haul. Anyway, we're really thankful to all of our new subscribers. Thanks for being here. As always, if you've got any questions or comments, please do drop them below, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
So that's 51 tomato. Oh no. Anyway, we're really happy. No.
Are we?